I am honored to introduce my next guest, the legendary Morgan Freeman. He's known for his iconic voice and has brought us films that are instant classics across a wide variety of film genres. And now he's cementing on the big screen the memory of the first black tank unit to serve in combat during World War II.
Saving Private Ryan. Really, really, really good movie. Good people in it. Good story.
Move your men off the beat!
But there was nobody black in that movie, so it upset me. The 761st was the first black tank battalion to fight in U.S. military history. But you never saw them or any other black soldiers anywhere in Saving Private Ryan. And I've been chasing this story about the 761st forever.
The 761st Tank Battalion, formed in 1942, was also known as the first Black Panthers. They were the only black tank unit to engage in combat during World War II. The Black Panthers were integral in military operations against the Nazis in Germany. And despite fighting so valiantly abroad, and despite becoming one of the most accomplished tank battalions in U.S. military history, they did not get a hero's welcome when they returned to the United States. Racism and injustice robbed them of all of the accolades that they deserved, and it contributed to the undertelling of their extraordinary story. Until now. Joining me now to help us tell that story and tell the story of how they're going to tell that story is the legendary Morgan Freeman. He's the co-executive producer of the new History Channel documentary, 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers. I want to welcome you to the show, sir, and also I want to welcome to the show the director of this extraordinary project. His name is Phil Bertelsen. He's an incredible artist and a brilliant voice. I want to thank you for joining me as well. Mr. Freeman, I'm going to start with you. You have a personal connection to this story. What's your family's World War II history?
Well, I don't know if it's a personal connection to the story of the 761st, but I had two uncles who were actually my father also, but because he had kids, he didn't have to stay, let go after basic training, I guess. But I had two uncles that did serve in the military. And I did also. I was in the Air Force for 3 years, 8 months, and 10 days. Never will forget that. So that's pretty much my history in terms of relatives in the war.
But that's important. You know, my uncle fought in World War II. My dad just missed it by, I think, a month or two. And they often talk about what it meant to fight for a country and come back home and not be seen as a hero, sometimes not even as a citizen. And I know that had to spark partly your interest in chasing this story of the 761st Battalion. Why did it take you so long to get this story told? Does the country not have an interest in telling these kind of stories?
Well, stories, you can ask anybody in the storytelling business, the movie business particularly, or television. Sometimes the project will come along and it'll just go. It'll be picked up right now, and the next thing you know, it's on the air. Other stories have to percolate. They have to sit. We have this program or this story years ago, 20-some years, because a young writer came to us with the idea, and we did our best to push it. We went to Steven Spielberg because that was after Band of Brothers, and I went to him to complain that, Steven, I didn't see any black people in this movie. And you know they were there. Mm. And he said, mea culpa, or some words to that effect. You know, he said, yeah, okay. So I said, I have a project, and I want you to help me get it going. He said, what's the project? I told him. He says, we're on. But then corporate shakeups happened, and things just get shunted aside, and that was what happened to the 761st. On the other side of that story is the fact that many times a project that is worth telling isn't going to get itself told because the time isn't right for it. When the time is right.
Well, the timing is definitely right for this story now. Phil, let me bring you in. you've worked on lots of stuff. I mean, the 1619 Project, network stuff like the Blacklist. Putting this documentary together had to be special. What brought you to the project? What do you want us to take away from it?
It was very special, and what brought me to the project is Mr. Freeman and his passion and desire to tell this, as he said, for some time now. And, you know, he decided that telling it in the documentary form was perhaps the best way to get the job done. And so I undertook it with my team, producer Rachel Fleischer and James Younger. And what was most amazing to me was how little known the valor and bravery of these men was, and how this bit of history has gone untold for so long, or I should say, as you said, undertold. And so it you know, for me, it's always a matter of, you know, framing history in a way that includes us all, and that the American narrative is one that is much larger than what has been told in the past. And as the author of the 1619 Project will tell you, history will radicalize you. And by knowing your history and knowing where you came from, I think we can all better understand how to get to where we're going and form a more perfect union.
Well, I love the fact you all are telling such an important and, again, undertold story. I encourage everyone to check out the project. Morgan Freeman, Phil Bertelsen, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and thank you again for your work adding to the levels and layers of information we have about our culture and about our history. Everybody, make sure you check out the 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers. It premieres on the History Channel Sunday, August 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern. It also will stream the following day on History.com and the History Channel app.